Before I tell you this story, I need you to do something. I need you to think about the one person in your life you trust completely. The one person who you know, absolutely know, would never lie to you. Now imagine finding out they've been lying to you since before you were born. That's where this story starts, and it only gets worse from there. Part 1. The Girl in the Ground. I want to tell you something I've never told anyone. Every year on my birthday, for as long as I can remember, I cry twice. Once for myself, the way most people do on birthdays when they're being honest about it, the quiet inventory of another year gone, another year ahead, the gap between who you are and who you thought you'd be by now. And once for her. Her name was Clara. She was my twin sister. She died 4 hours after we were born. Complications, my mother always said. Something with her lungs, something the doctors couldn't fix. She was here for 4 hours and then she was gone, and I spent my entire life carrying the weight of a person I never got to meet. I have a photo of us. It sits on my nightstand and has for as long as I can remember. 2 tiny babies in a hospital bassinet, wrapped in the same blanket, faces almost touching. My mother gave it to me when I was 7 and told me that Clara would have loved me more than anyone in the world. I have a grave I visit every year, a small white headstone in the cemetery 20 minutes from where I grew up. Clara Ann Mercer, beloved daughter, 4 hours. I bring white flowers because my mother once told me that was her favorite color, even though she never lived long enough to have a favorite anything, and I never questioned that, because grief doesn't have to make sense to be real. I am 31 years old. I have been mourning my twin sister for 31 years. And 3 weeks ago, she knocked on my door. But I need you to understand something before I get there. I need you to understand the kind of family I come from, because without that context, the rest of this story won't make sense. My parents were the kind of people who valued appearance above everything. My father is a retired physician. My mother ran every committee, every fundraiser, every social event in our small town for 30 years. They were respected, admired, the kind of couple other couples wanted to be. Sunday dinners, Christmas cards, a perfectly maintained lawn, and a perfectly maintained life. I am their only child, or so I believed. Growing up, I was loved. I want to be clear about that. I was not neglected or mistreated. I had everything I needed and most of what I wanted. But there was always something underneath our family that I couldn't name, a tension that surfaced sometimes at dinner when I asked the wrong question, a look that passed between my parents when certain topics came up, a door in our house that was always locked and that I was told simply contained storage, and that I somehow knew, even as a child, contained something else entirely. I filed it away the way children do with things they can't explain, under things I don't understand yet, and I left it there for 30 years. I should tell you about my life now so you understand what I'm describing when I say the doorbell rang and everything changed. I live alone in a city 4 hours from where I grew up. I moved here at 24 after a relationship ended and I needed space and a new start, and I found both here in a way I didn't expect. I have a job I love, friends who are more like family, a small apartment with good light, and a cat named after a poet. My life is quiet and mine, and I built it carefully from scratch, and I am proud of it. I was having an ordinary Tuesday. I want to emphasize that. There was nothing remarkable about that day until the moment it became the most remarkable day of my life. I was making coffee. I was thinking about nothing. The doorbell rang and I thought it was a delivery, and I opened the door without even checking the people. And standing on my doorstep was a woman with my face. Not similar to my face. Not, oh, you two could be sisters. My face. My nose. My jaw. My eyes. The specific, unusual shade of green that I have spent my whole life being complimented on. My hairline. My hands, which I noticed when she raised one of them to her mouth in shock because she was just as unprepared for this moment as I was. We stood there in the doorway for what felt like a very long time without speaking. And then she said, quietly, carefully, like someone diffusing something, "I think you know who I am." And God help me, I did. I don't remember sitting down. I don't remember making the decision to let her in. But suddenly we were both on my couch and my coffee was going cold on the counter. and my cat was sniffing her shoes, and the world as I had understood it for 31 years was quietly, completely, irreversibly dismantling itself around me. Her name, her real name, the name she was given, is not Clara. Her name is Nora. She is 31 years old. She was born on my birthday. She grew up 4 states away with a family she loved, a mother, a father, an older brother, who told her she was adopted and were honest about it, and gave her every resource to find her biological family whenever she was ready. She spent 3 years looking. She found me 6 months ago. She spent 6 months working up the courage to knock. I want to tell you what it feels like to sit across from your own face and hear a story that unravels everything you thought was true. It feels like the ground is still there beneath your feet, but you can no longer be certain it's solid. It feels like every memory you own has been placed in a box and shaken, and you have to take them out one by one and figure out which ones still mean what you thought they meant, and which ones mean something else entirely now. She wasn't sick. She didn't die. Someone gave her away. And someone, one of my parents, or both of them, or someone acting on their behalf, stood over a small white headstone with me every year and let me put down white flowers for a girl who was alive. By the end of that first night, we had talked for 6 hours. We ordered food neither of us ate. We went through her documents, her adoption papers, the agency record she'd managed to obtain, the biological information that confirmed what our faces had already told us. Same mother, same father, same birthday, same blood. She showed me photos of herself growing up. Her 7th birthday, her high school graduation, her wedding 2 years ago. She's married. I have a brother-in-law I've never met. I showed her the photo on my nightstand, the 2 babies in the hospital bassinet. She picked it up and stared at it for a long time. And then she said, she kept a photo of me. Not, she kept a photo of us. She kept a photo of me. And that one small distinction, the way she said it, the weight she put on that single word, told me that despite everything, despite the lie, despite 31 years of absence, she needed our mother to have held on to something. I didn't know what to say. So I just reached over and held her hand. And we sat there, 2 women with the same face and 31 years of completely different lives, and neither of us said anything for a very long time.